Hey, good morning. Welcome to Hobby Evolution, the eighth, the 800th episode. Wow, 800 episodes of Hobby Evolution. Welcome to the weekend. It's Saturday. Happy 4th of February. Good morning. Good morning. The coffee is tasty. Little late start this morning. I've been awake for like an hour or a little more than an hour, maybe an hour and a half. Just didn't want to get out of bed. I get these like headaches when the weather drastically changes, and I think we're due for a drastic weather change. It's been, well below zero the last few days. I think today it's going to be in the mid 30s. That's a pretty drastic change. So I think when these drastic weather temperature changes come on, it affects my head, and I'm dealing with some of that. So, but the long range forecast looks pretty nice. 30s and 40s. We can do it. Jenny in the house. What's up? Red Light 34. Good morning. I've been at work since 4:30 a.m. Oh my gosh. It's about the time I woke up to go pee. Focus Tilt. We've got George in the house. Good morning from a bar in Osaka on $8 Wi-Fi. George sprung for the Wi-Fi. What's up, George? Raphael in the house. I know what he's doing this weekend. Gonna dig into some basketball cards. Herman, what's up? Herman, I know what he's gonna be doing this weekend. He's gonna be digging into some Braves cards. Both Herman and Raphael receiving their packages from me this week. So I don't have really much to talk about. Although it's amazing how this YouTube show has evolved. Hence the name Hobby Evolution, from day one back in June or July of 2020. So this is episode 800. I wanted to go back in history, and I wanted to look because I know that it was like a tight group. The original couch, the OG couch people like Jenny and George and Herman, the OGs back on episode 1 with me. Zach and Porter were there. So I wanted to see, I know that some of those early videos have no views. And now today, my videos get, I think, 300 to 500 views on Hobby Evolution. Let's just go. Let's see. Maybe I'm overshooting the mark. Okay. So yesterday's already has over 200 views. Let's see. Thursday has 350, 400 for Wednesday show. So yeah, 400. Some get 500, 600, depending on what the topic is. So I wanted to go back in time and look to see some of those early videos. So I just wanted to take episode 1 might have a little more views because people are going to go back and they're like, what is the actual evolution? What's the genesis of Hobby Evolution? So one could be an outlier. So I took 20, episode 20. That's a good 3 weeks in to Hobby Evolution. And so Hobby Evolution started with me just turning on the microphone and talking because I was working from home when I worked in the office during COVID. And I'm like, I'm just going to talk because I don't have water cooler talk at the house. So I'm going to do my water cooler talk in the morning. And that's how it began. So I wanted to go back and see episode 20. That's 3 weeks in. What was episode 20 like? Hobby Evolution, episode 20. I talked about stack sales and eBay. Of course, that's a trend. We talk about eBay a lot here. 23 views. 23 views on episode 20, talking about stack sales and eBay. And then when I typed in my search on my channel, it brought up some other episodes, which is kind of nice. It brings up random episodes like episode 628. My wall of Bowman U is behind me still. That was about 6 months ago. I had bought another Goodwill pallet. There's another trend. So that one got almost 600 views. Let's see. My NFL rigged conversation this past week. That's nearing 600 views. Let's see. Hobby Evolution, episode 3. 1,000 Cubs mail day and a blowout sale preview. So I'm not sure what. Oh, I think that was my blowout sale. think I did a blowout sale, and I think I did that on my website, 1millioncubs.com. That received a whopping 38 views. Episode 222 was a surprise Cubs mail day. I went a whopping 21 minutes, and that episode received 34 views. How about episode 23, Cubs Tops Archives review and a retail card run update? 13 views. I'm going to click on that because I could probably name each of the is the live chat on. There was one comment, angry old man, great video, new subscriber. I never liked that 2 years ago. Sorry, angry old man. I just liked your comment. I didn't do any description. I don't think I had a thumbnail. Oh, live chat replay was turned off. Well, that's a bummer. So I wonder if I had it on. What that was episode 23, 20. Let's see if I can go back. Is there a live chat replay turned off for that video? Bummer. Well, shoot. Did I not turn on the live chat replay on these early videos? How about episode 14? We had 30 views on that episode. There, we've got a chat replay, live chat replay. Okay, there was nothing. Let's just fast forward because I think it's in real time. Is it showing? It's not showing any live chat replay. Hide chat replay. Warrior Cards was in there. Oh, we never liked his comments. I think my mouse is dying. So I never even liked my own video. It's not. Now it's got 6 likes, 30 views. Episode 14, Big Cubs Mail Day and how to sell on eBay. Wow. So there's a blast from the past going back previous Hobby Evolution episodes. Let's go into the chat here on episode 800. Let's see. Herman has not had a chance to crack it open, but can't wait. Red Light 34, I should have my card room done today, and I'll start my eBay store soon. Cheers. Congratulations. That is awesome. Jenny says, some of those early videos have about 6 comments in the live chat, and we're done in 15 minutes. Yeah. A lot of those early videos were like 15 to 30 minutes long. That's it. Now sometimes I've had a couple that have gone over 2 hours. Today's will not go 2 hours. I don't have enough to talk about to go 2 hours. Well, I might. Let's see, but we won't. Let's see. Hit the thumbs up. Thank you, Red Light 34. We already have more likes this morning than we have some views on those early videos. Good morning, Dan. Established my first NIL partnership yesterday. Dan has a spokesperson from, I believe it's the UConn women's soccer program. That's pretty cool. Raphael says, Hobby Evolution is a great name for a show, catchy and memorable. Thank you. Thank you. And it's surprising that I came up with it at the beginning. Like usually I just come up with, I'm just going to name it the Bo Show. And then it's like, you know what? This show has really evolved. Let's call it Hobby Evolution. But it just like, I guess evolution kind of like, like we all evolve, like everything, there's an evolution to everything. And in 2020, when I began Hobby Evolution, I had evolved. My collecting had evolved over the years, over the decades, and it continues to evolve. It's an evergreen name because we're always evolving. I mean, look at how much. I mean, I think back to 2020 and think of how much my own collecting had evolved to that point. And now I look back and I feel in the last 3 years, my collecting life has evolved more in the last 3 years than it probably did in the 30 years preceding episode 1. I mean, hell, I went from turning on a microphone, talking for 15 minutes about my latest Cubs mail day, and then going to work to now this is like a part of my work. I sell baseball cards full time. Now that's an evolution. Big Harv in the house. What's up? Dan says, hit that like button. Thank you, Dan. Congrats on 800. John, we miss you, John. John, what's up? That 70s card show. Thank you. My Wi-Fi sucks, but you only turned on the mic shortly because it has been a prop for ages. That's true. What happens is it's not a prop, and I'll plug it in, and it'll work for a few weeks, and then all of a sudden it shorts out, and we have those issues with audio. It's like I haven't been let down. Well, maybe once or twice I've been let down with the actual laptop microphone. But the prop mic, and it gives me peace of mind. I feel, and I've said this before, when I don't have a mic and I'm just talking, I don't. Oh, it's just so foreign to me. I don't like this. Although I do when I'm on podcasts, like when I was with the guys on the Huddle Card channel the other night. Did I have? I think actually, I think I did have the mic in front of me, but now it's a prop, so I feel so naked without it. Like it's like, what do I do with my hands? At least now it's like I can talk into. I feel like I'm talking into an actual microphone that works, even though it's unplugged and obviously doesn't work. Augusta Lawn Care's in the house. What's up? Good morning to you. What is with sleeping in crap? I know. I did sleep in. I was up at 7 this morning, which is sleeping in. I just didn't want to wake up. I mean, I woke up. I just didn't want to get out of bed. I do have a headache though. I have like it's like this. I think it's the weather change. When we go from like drastic weather changes, I'll get these like sinuses and just headache. So I might actually pop some ibuprofen. Is that how I say it? Ibuprofen. I might have to pop some of those later today. Let's see. I actually slept until 8 a.m. this morning, which is normally impossible for Augusta Lawn Care. Jenny says that's because it took us forever to get there. Augusta Lawn Care wants to know Osaka, Japan. George is in Osaka, Japan this evening. Paul Heath, what's happening? Good morning to you. Augusta lived in Japan for about 3 years. Very cool. Herman, thank you very much. Herman's an OG. Let's see. I'm on vacation in Osaka at the moment. Thank you very much for the congratulations, Augusta. Jenny says, not only has the show evolved, we all have. How many Cubs have been added since episode 1? Oh, that's a good question. You changed jobs. How did your bride's profession take off like crazy? Yeah, my wife's real estate has gone parabolic since 2020. Let's see. June of 2020. Where was I at? I'm trying to think. So I'm still around 870,000, although I have some mail that I need to count still. Let's see. I'm trying to think of a benchmark that I can go back and look at photos. See, June of 2020. Oh, I know. I can go back and did I take the cardometer? I did to spring training because I had my homemade sign before I had one professionally printed. So that was March of 2020, right before the pandemic. So this will give you kind of an idea of where I was at, kind of going into Hobby Evolution episode 1. So spring training 2020. There's got to be me with a sign. Let's see. Where's my sign? There it is. So I was at spring training 2020, March 1st. I was at 419,984. So I had probably not even hit 500,000 when episode 1 of Hobby Evolution aired. So say in the 400,000s, and now today it's nearing 900,000 Cubs baseball cards in the last 3 years. So that's pretty cool. I'm getting ready. Man, airline tickets are cheap. I just checked this morning. I've been checking on a daily basis. I'm still just kind of I'm dragging it out, not because I'm waiting. Last year for spring training, I dragged it out because I was waiting for cheaper airline prices, and that didn't happen. I ended up wasting about $200 for waiting. This year it's a little more calculated because I'm waiting just to see where we're at in the house and where my wife's schedule's at, because I don't want to. I want to get a good feel of where we're at. I don't want to leave for 5-6 days and then it's just chaotic back home. So that's why I'm kind of dragging my feet booking things this year. But airline tickets this morning, nonstop, Madison to Phoenix, $407, which I'll have more than enough to pay. Might even get be able to pay for my flight and a couple nights at a hotel. So with my points on my credit card. So that's where we're at. So I haven't decided what I might just make a homemade sign for spring training that I can take on the plane, roll because I can roll it up. Like my sign, it's that like corrugated, like plastic type material, so I can't just stuff it in a suitcase. And I don't really want to carry it on a plane. They probably won't let me because it's too wide or whatever. Uh, so I had thought about maybe because the printing company that I use locally is basically a nationwide chain of printing companies, and they do have a location in Phoenix. And I thought, well, maybe I'll just have them make one and I'll pick it up out there. And it's like, it's kind of a waste of money. I can spend, I think it's 50 or 60 bucks to have it made. Well, that was when I had it made a couple of years ago. I'm sure prices have gone up, but I can go to Walmart, buy a piece of poster board, roll it up, make my own sign, and take it out to spring training. Let's see. Raphael says Bo Show, not a great show name. The Bo Show. That was my very first radio show was called The Bo Show. The Bo Show on the Hawk 102.5 WHHK Galva, Illinois. Let's see. Have a great time. I was stationed in I don't know how to pronounce that. Sasebo. Let's see. Bruce, what's up? How is the weather? The weather? How's the weather, neighbor? Oh, I see what you did there, Bruce. I see what you did there. It's cold. It's 6 degrees, but we're up to going to be in the 30s today. Woods and Water, 800. Yes. On the way to 1,000. What did we say? September, I think, is will probably be around 1,000 episodes by September. So episode 1,000 will come in the new house. Fingers crossed. So we're at 800 in February. There's going to be, there won't be a show next Saturday. There won't be a show the following Saturday. And then there likely won't be a few shows in March if I go to spring training. Of course, then the March Madison card show. So there's going to be a few days. The National, I'll be gone for 5 days at the National. We won't go live in the morning. My buddy's getting married in the week before or 2 weeks before the National. So there's going to be a lot of dates where I won't be live. So it's not like we can look at a calendar and count it out, but I have kind of a rough idea of based on the time that I'll miss where that's going to fall. And I think I figured out as September. You have to get one of those moving elbows to move around. The mic would help with your hands. Post-game cards, what's up? Your dedication to the channel is impressive. Thank you. I appreciate that. Although I got a little, I'll be frank with you. Not my neighbor, Frank. I got a little disappointed with shorts, YouTube shorts, because it wasn't like the first few I did, it was beginner's luck. It's like, wow, 500 views in like no time. And then I took some video at a card show and I'm like, here's cards. I'm showing awesome cards at a card show. And I thought that would be great. And it's got like 60 views. It's like, well, this sucks. So I was disappointed with some of the results on YouTube Shorts because that was a thing. I wrote it down. YouTube Shorts and eBay specific videos to build and grow my channel, because my goal for this year, 5,000 YouTube subscribers. And at the rate I'm going, not going to get there. So I've got to do something. If I just do Hobby Evolution every morning, that's not going to get me to where I need to be. So I do need to put out some other content. So we'll see. Cooter, what's up? Good morning. 800 is a real accomplishment. If only there was some sort of YouTube Sports Card Hall of Fame. Thanks, Cooter. Angel Baby Cards in the house. What is up? I so need that Fujitsu scanner. Hell yeah. Oh yeah. Yes, you do. It is awesome. And I would say 70-30, 7160, 8170. They're all great machines. 70-30, 7160 are going to be their last generation model. So you can probably get those refurbished and much cheaper. The 8170 is going to run you probably in excess of $1,000. So those are a little more expensive. But if you find a refurbished machine, 7160 or 7030 can get that price point down quite a bit. Randy's in the house. I got my SV600 this week. Looks like I made the big leagues. Randy, congrats. I do have this SV600. I rarely use it. Fujitsu sent that to me to test out. And it's like I don't deal really in many high-end cards, so it's kind of easier for me. Instead of using the SV600, it's easier for me just to take photos with my phone and a light box. So that's kind of what I do on some of the bigger cards that I have. Let's see. Augusta Lawn Care says, logical reason to procrastinate. Need to come up with a few of them for myself. There you go. Chris, what's happening? Chris says, oh, I skipped too far ahead. What's Chris say? Chris says, hey, Bo, I'm one of the many watchers that rarely catches the live show. Well, welcome to the live show. I was the one that tipped off SCR. Oh, thank you. That's awesome. Hope you don't mind. No, I really appreciate that. I really, really appreciate that. I figured it might get some traction with eBay and help your channel. Definitely, I did. It bumped my subscriber count, bumped up my view count. So thank you very much for that. I really appreciate that. Victor's in the house. What's happening? Good morning to you. Herman says, I'm pretty sure you were under 500K because I remember you talking about you getting to the halfway point in the chat. Yeah, I think you're right. And if I remember, it was Andre Dawson was the 500,000th card. Of course, it's just a random junk wax era Cubs baseball card. At least it was Andre Dawson and not like Laddie Renfro. I'm sorry if Laddie's out there listening. Laddie Renfro, great 92 score, I think, rookie card for the Cubs. Let's see. Jenny says you wouldn't need to roll up the poster board if you go to Walmart in Arizona. That's also something I thought about. But once I get there, although that does make sense for the flight, because the flight schedule, I would get there at like 7 or 8 p.m. local time. So that's just a long day for anybody. So that would make sense. That would give me something to do that night, although I'd probably just want to go to bed. Well, because so 8 o'clock out there would be 10 o'clock. So that's my bedtime. So yeah, I'll be really tired. So that's the thing. And it's like, I want to have it. If I do it out there, I wouldn't have it for like the first day. And then I would procrastinate and then be like, screw it. I'm not going to make it. At least if I'm at home, I'm doing it. And I can just roll it. It's simple just to roll it up in my suitcase or duffel bag and take it out there, because at least it's done. I feel, and this is just the way my brain works. If I waited to do it in Arizona, I would put it off because I have so many other things, working in my head. It's like I get there, it's going to be late, on a Tuesday night. So I'm just going to go straight to the hotel and crash. And then I'm going to be up early the next morning and I'm going to go out. And so I'm not going to want, and then, maybe I go and my trip's going to be a little shorter than usual. So I've kind of got to take everything, I don't have that when I go for a little longer, like 8 days. I typically build in like a day where it's just kind of a flex, where it's like, okay, I've drank a lot of beer, ate a lot of crappy food. I'm just going to kind of lay low today and have a lay low day, where I won't have a lay low day because I'm packing it all in like a 6 day period. Let's see. Where are we at? Angel Baby says, nice. I like the SV600, but I think I'll develop a system that feeds regular slabs into the Fujitsu scanner. Just need to increase the space for slabs versus top loaders. Interesting. George says, cooking with Bo. That's right. That was after the Bo show. That was just on Cooking with Bo, was on the K100 morning show. We had the website morningshowguys.com. In fact, if you go to the old archive.org machine, let's see, archive. See, this is why I should use StreamYard, because I could just show you instead of just typing it and you can't see anything. So let's go morningshowguys.com. I really need to use StreamYard on a daily basis. Is the old Wayback Machine going to work for us? morningshowguys.com. And I think, when did we have this? It's running really slow. There's probably a lot of web pages going on. Cooking with Bo. And it'll be right on the homepage. So it looks like we had Morning Show Guys from 2000, the end of 04 into 2008. So it looks like 2007, we've got a lot of screen capture. So let's go to 2007. And let's do like, is there a February snapshot? No. There's a lot of snapshots in October. So let's just do October 10th, 2007. Wayback Machine, archive.org, morningshowguys.com. It's the K100 Morning Show with Chris and Bo. So let's see. You had home, you had cooking with Bo, show notes, pictures, links, highlights. I wonder if pictures are there. Can we click on that to get any photos? I'm sure it doesn't archive the photos. Does not. So, we've got text though. Blowing up an egg in a microwave. I remember this was fun. It says, warning, do not try this at home. Somehow we got on the subject of dropping things off of buildings and blowing things up in a microwave. See, that's kind of how I tailor Hobby Evolution to the old K100 Morning Show. Just kind of randomly talk about stuff and we end up blowing things up in a microwave. Well, after trying many things suggested and dropped off by listeners, we went for the egg. Wow. It was fun. So we had, we did take the microwave outside. So our studio was just off the downtown square, Macomb, Illinois. We had an old microwave and we just started blowing things up in the microwave. And listeners would drop things up. We were like right downtown. So listeners would come and they'd say, hey, try this. Try like a 20-ounce bottle of pop, which, again, not suggested. So the egg was the best. The egg actually blew up and blew the door open, the microwave door open. That was the best part. What else is going on? morningshowguys.com from 2007. This was the morning show that I co-hosted. Let's see. Maybe we could caulk your bathtub. This is a Cooking with Bo attempt gone wrong, but possibly a chemistry attempt gone surprisingly right. And I don't remember what that was. Let's see. Oh, Bo takes flight. I went up in a hot air balloon. That was fun. Let's see. Chris does karaoke. Oh, this was the beginning of my burgeoning bar karaoke career. Bo broke the seal several months ago and finally roped Chris into displaying his singing talents. We did, and I think Chris and I together sang Whip It by Devo. Not a good karaoke song. K100 at Macomb Heritage Days and the Colgate Country Showdown. That could have been the time that I wore a pair of women's jeans and yodeled on stage. Let's see. Oh, we earned several awards. Chris, Bo, and Mike won Silver Dome Awards from the Illinois Broadcasters Association for excellence in broadcasting. The trio picked up awards for the best coverage of a live event, best small market local morning show, best community service activity for Freezing for Food. That's when I slept in a van for 3 days. And K100 won an award for best station promotion, use of other media. Chris, Bo, and Mike also received various second and third place honors, including Best Local Broadcast Team, Best Local Radio Newscast, Best Local Public Affairs Program, Best Play-by-Play of a Sporting Event, and Best Local Radio Station Personality. This is fun. Bo celebrates the Tar Heel win. This was when Illinois and North Carolina played in the NCAA championship game. I grew up an Iowa Hawkeyes fan, so I always hated Illinois. And so I was rooting for the Tar Heels. I was a bandwagoner in the 90s of the Tar Heels, so I had some Tar Heel gear. And then I went to Walmart, bought as much Tar Heel blue balloons, streamers that I could find, and decorated the K100 studio late one night. Let's see. Oh, this was supposed to be a photo of me singing karaoke with my college roommate, who we called Puke. That's Bo on the left in his 70s get-up, my leisure suit, staying alive. On the right is Puke. It says his high school buddy was my college buddy. Let's see. Oh, there is a picture that pops up. Oh, damn it. When I click it, it doesn't work. I wonder if I can save the image. And if it pops up, it's just a little. Okay. You can follow along. Go to archive.org, type in morningshowguys.com. Let's get back into the chat. Let's see. Cooter says, my mouse is definitely the battery's dying. Cooter says, have vinyl stickers printed that you can take with you and stick on poster board when you get there. Oh, that is a good idea. I like that. Robert says, I was also stationed in, how do you pronounce that? Sasebo? From 92 to 94. Beautiful place, great country, and a lot of baseball history. Actually saw the MLB versus Japan All-Star game in 94. Very cool. Merle, what's happening? How are you going to pack your inventory so you can ship from Arizona? I am not. I am not. That would be a nightmare. So there will be no shipping during that 5 or 6 day period. So I'll put like an away note on my eBay store. I'll drop the promotion percentage down to the minimum. So just gonna have to take a hit. Maybe make a custom t-shirt with the current card count and have your social channels on the back of the shirt. That's an idea. I'm very poor at firing off those t-shirt ideas. Augusta Lawn Care says, just realized tomorrow is Fishtown Card Show. My first big card show, can't wait. There is hardly any big ones near me now. Sunday, there is that one, the little one. Very cool. Have fun. Let's see. Dan in the house. What's up, Dan? Always go to in the New Jersey Card Show the same day. Terry's in the house. What's up, Terry? Listening while pulling orders. Very nice. Zach and Porter are here. What's up? Popping in and jumping out. Congrats on 800. Thank you. Herman is right. Pretty sure the Dawson 90 Upper Deck checklist. Yes. That is the card. Yes, that was card number 500,000. Porter and I recorded a video and sent it to you before we did vids. Oh, that's right. That's right. Dan is working on a video thumbnail. Catch the replay later. Thanks for jumping in. George says Japan is indeed a beautiful country. Oh, see what you did there. It's a sterile Korea. Let's see. New Jersey has Jimmy Hard and Lawrence Taylor. Have Rich on, have John on, have Herman on, have guests to grow your channel. Let's see. Where are we at? Let's see. Maybe you do some free giveaways. Everyone shows up on free stuff. That's probably the easiest. That's probably the easiest. Just give something away. Like maybe, hey, Top Series 1 coming out. Maybe buy some of that. Augusta's been to Korea a few times, but got very little time off, so can't speak much of it. Jimmy Hart, the mouth of the South. Let's see. Excellent advice. I'll take a close look at those soon as my retirement check is cashed. There you go. How's that rack video coming along? Let's see. And we wouldn't want to get to bed late and be late for another Cubs event again. Plus, it's good to make a nice sign ahead of time if it's something you will take with you each year and be able to reuse. The time money will be worth it. Yeah, for sure. Herman says, Dan, I've got some mail built up. Going to do it soon. Your second pronunciation was right. Sasebo. Like your name. Oh, very cool. Sasebo. Pristine Paper, what's up? Good morning. Finally caught you live sorting update sets. Very nice. Very nice. I don't have anything else to talk about. I just wanted to jump on. I did want to talk about eBay a little bit. I had some issues with eBay yesterday printing labels. Can you give a 30-second recap of the Rockville card show? I missed that video. The Rockford show. Let's see. Herman says maybe a possible personal rip and hobby chat. So Robert asking about the Rockville. If you're asking about Rockford, where I was at last weekend. It was good. It was busy. Nice crowd. I made probably, let's see, I think it was the second most in sales dollars that I've made in the last 25 card shows over the last 3 years. I ended up selling three full 4-row boxes for $100 a pop. And then I sold 2 half boxes. And then I sold multiple smaller boxes, like fill a box for $20-$40. So I made off 25-cent cards, made over $600 or right around $600. I did not buy a single card My buddy Randy, who's in the chat, gifted me a couple cards. So it was fun. Got to network a little bit. Got to talk to some of my dealer friends. So we had great conversations. Crowd was great. In fact, the crowd was even better than I would have anticipated. All of the shows in January that I've been to in person or have heard from other people have been crazy. What I'm most impressed with the Rockford show last weekend was it also happened during the middle of a blizzard. And people still came out. In fact, Randy came up. What's Randy's drive? 3-4 hours. A couple guys came in from Chicago, which is about a 2-hour drive. So it was pretty hairy driving home at the end of the show. The interstate where I was doing 85 on the way to the card show, just because that's how fast I drive, not because I was late. I was doing 25 on the way back because the conditions were that bad. But once I got to Janesville, which is about the halfway point, the roads cleared up and I was able to, do 50 to 60. So the road conditions were pretty bad on the drive home. So that was probably the most impressive part of it all. Was the crowd was great despite a winter storm in effect during most of the show. Let's see. Robert needs to come up some weekend. Heck yeah, definitely. Come up to Madison as well. There's another Rockford show next Saturday, so it's a quick turnaround. So I'll be back. So I'll have some new 25-cent boxes. I'm not sure how many new ones I'll have though, since it's such a fast turnaround. So I'll bring some of my older boxes and maybe I'll give a discount on some of those just to get rid of bulk. Probably not too much. $100 is pretty cheap for a 4-0 box of quarter cards. I mean, typically that's what I pay in some instances. For these cards, I would definitely pay $100 for what I have. So I'll have some new inventory for the quarter boxes, and I'll probably bring from some stale inventory as well, just because you never know. The people that bought from me 2 weeks ago may not come to this show because it's been only 2 weeks, so it could be a completely different rotation of people, and my stale boxes might not be stale to them. So that's kind of like you expect, well, I've got all new quarter boxes, and then you make half of what you made last time with all new inventory, but it just might be a different customer base. Angel Baby Card says, my 2 cents developed a new method, soft loading, 2 top loaders, card in between, 3M invisible tape, left, right, top, bottom. Let's see. Cooter says, are you done sorting the last Goodwill pallet? Was it a win, lose, or a meh? Oh my gosh, Cooter, I have barely scratched the surface. I am probably 20% into it. And it's already a win. But it's too early to tell if it's like a gigantic win. But with what I've pulled in the first 20%, it's already a win. Like there's already a lot of good stuff. I've listed some stuff here and there. There's a Candace Parker, like low numbered card, WNBA, that might be a $40 or $50 card. The Boomer, there's about a dozen Boomer Esiason rookies. Those are, $3, $4, $5 a piece. What else? There was that stack of 70 tops I've already sold. I listed a lot of this stuff. I'd say a couple hundred cards that I listed yesterday in my eBay store were part of that. And I sold some stuff, already out of yesterday's editions. And I mean, it might only be $20, but hey, it's $20, right off the bat, right? Let's see. We'll go to my sold. So some of the last things that I sold, let's see what I've sold from the latest Goodwill pallet. So, to answer the question, it's definitely a win so far. Only 20% in, it's a win. And then it's too early to tell on how big of a win it actually is. Okay, so I think my Wi-Fi is now. It's weird. My Wi-Fi works on my computer, but not on my cell phone. Let's see. Is it going to work? Huh. Well, shit. It worked. Okay, so for some reason, my Wi-Fi was not working in my rec room. So I just sold a 70 tops Jim Wynn. That was part of the Goodwill pallet. Oh, shoot. I sold a bunch of, let's see. The masterpieces were not part of the palette, so I sold Panini Classics, Charles Haley, a Robert Gallery Heritage, and a Heritage Kyle Orton. So those were all part of the Goodwill palette. Let's see. I don't think that was. Sold the Kyler Murray rated rookie for $5. That was part of the Goodwill palette. Archives Chipper Jones. Oh, I did sell some of the Heritage Miners that I listed yesterday. So yeah, there's actually it's more than 20. It might be closer to $40 just from yesterday. So that's a nice quick return on those. Let's see. Angel Baby says benefit card is never damaged by a soft sleeve or a crappy top loader. Heat all sides 6 seconds. Shrinks plastic tape. Looks super. Let's see. Peeps, what's happening? Good morning to you. Kendall, what's up? When you get a new batch of bulk and you end up with a combination of duplicates of cards already listed and new cards from the same set, do you mix them in with the old or organize them separately? So basically, that's a good question. So what happens is, say it's 1990 Topps Tony Gwynn, and I have one listed already, and it might be in box 1, tab A. If another 90 Topps Tony Gwynn comes across, and it's part of a stack that I'm listing, sometimes I don't put too much thought, like, oh, I've already got this. I don't double check my inventory, so it's part of a pile, and it might get doubled up. So there's a lot of, especially when Heritage Minor League, I break so much of that product, there's a lot of singles in various listings. So what I'll do is I'll just, boom, pump that in. And the 1990 Topps Tony Gwynn, say there's one already listed in box 1, tab A. The next one, it might be box 13, tab H. And another one down the road might be box 17, tab Y. So each of them will be listed, separately if that's how I'm listing. In this Goodwill palette, there were a dozen Boomer Esiason rookie cards. I just scanned one, and I did a quantity listing because they were all together. So Boomer Esiason rookie in quantity 10 or 11 or 12 or how many ever there actually was. Same with Bernie Kosar. There was, I think, 12 Bernie Kosar rookies, and just scanned one. And so unfortunately, it may not be the exact one. I tried to look to make sure they were not all, they were all similar as far as centering, because that's kind of the big hang up sometimes if you do quantity, especially on older cards, the centering is not the same. So I tried to make sure they were all centered approximately the same, and there wasn't any outlier that was like way off on centering. Let's see. George is good on Wi-Fi again. Rounded the corner to the hotel. Have missed the last however minutes. Welcome back, George. So my eBay is let's see, picking up, and it seems like, and this kind of varies, and I think eBay sales will depend on when you list cards. And say I list 1,000 cards today. Well, in 30 days, whatever 30 days is from now, I'm going to have 1,000 listings that will, end their 30-day. Even if it's a buy it now, it's on that 30-day time window. So at the end of that 30 days, boom, people that are sorting by ending soonest will have, there's all these that pop up. And I'll notice I had a bunch of 1988 umpire cards that I sold the rest that I had. It's like they've been in my eBay store for probably 3 years, and the last of the 5 sold all this week. I haven't sold one in probably a year, and then all of a sudden 5 of them, all to different buyers, which is crazy. So when those 30 days are up, and of course it varies by, even if I list 1,000 regularly on Mondays, that 30-day window it's not always going to land on a Monday. That 30-day, depending on the days in a month, especially now that we're in a short month, it'll likely be a Tuesday or a Wednesday, and then the next month it'll be a Thursday or Friday, so on and so forth. So that's one thing. But what I've noticed, this is anecdotal, I haven't looked into the actual numbers because I don't care too much. But it seems that my sales kind of go up as we get close to the weekend. So it's almost like Monday and Tuesday are my like slow days for sales. And then Wednesday, and then it kind of goes up. And then Thursday, and then Friday, and then Saturday, Sundays, it varies. Like some Saturdays and Sundays, I'll have great sales days, and then some just tend to suck. And it always, this is something that I've talked about the last couple of years. It's like, it seems when I'm at a card show, it seems like my eBay sales are terrible when I'm at a card show. But last Saturday, I had a great eBay sales day. I had a great card show day and a great eBay day last Saturday. So let's see. So it started to, my sales have started to pick up again more so. There was kind of a little lull, I'd say, a week ago, up until this week, because I didn't meet my goals. In fact, yeah, most of, through the month of January, there was a stretch of about a week that I turned my promotions way down because I was at the Cubs convention. And so my sales really, really struggled for, part of the month. But my January, even with those bad sales early on, my January still outpaced December and November. I had higher net sales dollars in January than I did in December and November. But my October outpaced January. So that's a good sign. We'll see what February brings. February, let's see. February's off to a pretty good start. Wednesday, I had a great day on Wednesday. Thursday was good. Friday was good. So each day of this month so far, I've exceeded my goal in sales dollars. So that's good. And I might run another sale. I have nearly 200 items to ship today. I kind of took last night off. Didn't ship much yesterday afternoon and last night. So, and I listed a lot, so I wasn't really shipping focused yesterday. So I need to be shipping focused today. Let's see where we at. Kendall says, thanks for the reply. Was curious how that lines up with the use of label SKUs on eBay. Am I picking the old inventory or the fresh stuff? Makes my brain hurt with 30,000 items. So that's what makes it easy on eBay. It shows you which SKU it is. So when you sell a card and go to ship it, so let's just go to my last item that's sold. You just go to the awaiting shipment tab, and that's where I do all of my shipping from. Manage orders awaiting shipment. And let's see. So I've got it on cards that I need to ship now. 2020, that doesn't have one. Let's see. Well, here's one. 2020 Bowman Platinum Albert Pujols. Custom label, and it's right there. So right below title, it'll have custom label SKU right there on the awaiting shipment page, and it's in box 8, tab L. And then the next one is Yadier Molina, box 6, tab AC. A 2022 Topps Nolan Arenado, box 11, tab M. And then a 1995 Topps Ken Griffey Jr. is in box 11, tab Y. So I'll just bring that page up. I'll go to box 8 right here, find tab L, find that Albert Pujols, then I go on to box 6 back here, and then box 11 is over here to my right. So it's really streamlined and pretty efficient. The only inefficiency is, you see, I have to have those boxes stacked. So sometimes I have to move boxes around. I'm kind of confined in here. Once I get to the new place, I'll have more room. I'll have a dedicated eBay store room. So right now, this is like eBay store and card room. So I will have a separate card room with all of those boxes behind. And then that gives me an entire room just to manage my inventory and ship cards. Let's see. Cooter says to Angel Baby, receiving cards with invisible tape, Scotch tape is not liked by many in the hobby. May lead to some bad feedback from your customer. I would agree with that. Do not use Scotch tape or clear tape on anything. It's not good use. If you're going to use tape, use this stuff. The blue painter's tape. And I know there's still, I'm team blue tape, but there's also a segment out there that are like anti-tape, and they will come at you with fired pitchforks. They are team bag, which I do a little bit of both, but I'm a fan of the blue tape. Where we at? Chris says, now that eBay won't charge for scheduled listings, are you going to spread out the bulk uploads to work the algorithm? Assuming Car Dealer Pro has that option. I'm sure Car Dealer Pro does have that option. I list so much that it really doesn't. I mean, I'm listing every day anyway. So I'm hitting that algorithm at all times. Instead of doing 1,000 like from 9 a.m. to noon, maybe one or two of those batches I do sprinkle and have them start at like 8 p.m. So they're like hitting that ending in prime time. So I guess now that you mentioned that, maybe I will use a couple batches and sprinkle them out. Car Dealer Pro does have that option where you can schedule them. So once that gets rolled out, maybe I'll dabble with it and just to see, because that's a good point where if I'm listing 1,000 cards in a day, it's usually coming in like a small window of time, like within a 3-hour period of time. So a lot of my listings, typically when I list, it's in the morning. It's like 9 a.m. to noon. And then I take a break for lunch. And then there's probably another window of time from like 1 p.m. to 4 p.m. That's what a bulk of my listings. So you're right. So maybe having more listings end in prime time would be beneficial. That's a great point. I'll look into that once. I think February 14th, I think, is when they said they're going to roll these changes out. Let's see. Henry says, instead of cleaning them, I threw away top loaders with tape on them that I got from eBay orders. Depending on how taped up they are, I do the same. There's nothing worse than, I don't think I have any of that tape here, but the tape that you use to tape boxes, the shipping tape or whatever it's called, that's the worst. Pristine Paper says, what percentage do you throw at promotions and what type of cards? I do everything. I promote everything, and it averages at about 5%. Sometimes it's up to 10% at times, but 5 to 10% on average, 5%. Let's see. Card Hobbyist says Scotch tape is incurable. Where are we at? Scotch tape is incurable detriment to top loaders. Yes. Terry says, I have a colored index card in each tab section and put duplicates behind it. I relist the duplicates when I ship. It only takes a few seconds with the app to do. To do with a new picture. Had 5 relists just this morning. Peep says, do you have a technique for speed when packing the PWE? Saw a full bin on Twitter and was wondering how the heck does he do that? Amazing. So basically, I ran out of copy. Well, here's so basically, let's just go to let's go to my eBay store and I can show you. Let's see. Let's go to, we're going to do by buyer name just to find a quick 1 card shipment. So we're just going to do a 1 card shipment. Do I have, I guess I'll just use this to show. So let's see. So here's a 1993 Donruss Ricky Henderson. And this guy actually bought multiple cards. So let's do, we'll just pretend he only bought 1 card. So it's 93 Donruss Ricky Henderson. It's in box 5, tab L. So box 5 is right over this shoulder. It is right here. So I've just got a small stack. And we're looking for 93 Donruss Ricky Henderson. There it is. Goes back. And a lot of these, since I scanned, they're not in top loaders, so I am very careful with them. So we're going to put Ricky Henderson in a penny sleeve, and I use the card savers. And then I use a piece of copy paper. Do the old tri-fold. Slip him in there. Boom. And then we grab a PWE. Boom, boom, label print. Slap that on there. Put it in the mail. So that's my method. I'm not going to use that because it's written all over. We'll leave Ricky out there so I can get that shipped. Let's see. Where are we at? Henry says box 73. The U-line modular shelving wire style are nice. I see some above your left shoulder. That's what I use. Are you talking about these? Yeah, those are awesome. I have, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4. I have 5 in this room. I think I have 6 in the other room, and then I have 3 at the new house that I bought from clients of my wife's. So I'll be using these in my eBay store. These are just, I didn't have space to put another one of these, so that's why I have this. And then I added this shelving, this plastic piece in the middle, just to kind of surround me so I can access quickly my inventory. TD Sports Cards, what's happening? Good morning to you. Augusta says eBay stopped charging for scheduled listings. Not yet, but it's coming. Of course, now that the only time-sensitive sport, mostly once a week, football, is over. Let's see. I think February 14th is when it begins, when they roll that out. Chris says, I was meaning to make up for times you can't list, like card show days, etc., and not time of day. Oh, that's another good point. Yeah, I didn't even think of that, especially if I'm, say I'm at spring training and I don't list anything for 5 days. I kind of want something. That's a great point. That's an even better point than time of day. That's a great point. So if I'm in Arizona for 5 days, I have listings 100 today, 100 tomorrow, 100 the next day. Cooter says blue tape is great. Just hate getting 4 feet of it in one envelope. Risks damaging the card untaping. You only need a few small strips, and I always try to double one end to create a pull. Yeah, that's over taping is probably my it's more for me, and I know everybody's different. For me, it's more annoying when people try to protect a card like it's Fort Knox. Where, and especially if it's like the packing tape, and it's like you have to get out, like you have to have like precision cutting skills to get into the card. It's like you can ship a card safely in a card saver in a PWE, and I've had like 0.0001% damages shipping that method. So you don't have to go overboard on protecting a card, because actually going overboard is detrimental, because now your buyer is spending is spending extra time trying to safely free his card from all of this tape and crap. Chris says you should make short, frequently asked question videos and then link in the description on all your videos. That's a good point. That's on my board. Well, my board says eBay specific videos, but that's a great point with FAQs. Card hobbyist uses blue tape and tape the card saver to the paper, so less chance of slipping around in the. I've received cards that way. That's good. Let's see, Augusta, they're going to stop in a couple weeks. Let's see. Angel Baby says, okay, breakfast. Yes, too much tape really sucks with mailed cards. So that's what I had for today. I will be live tomorrow morning, probably same time. Do a little sleeping in tomorrow morning. Catch me between 8 and 9 a.m. What else is going on? Just going to be shipping today. Just going to be doing a lot of shipping today. I might make a retail run. I need to get some more copy paper and look around for envelopes. So it's an excuse to go to Walmart and look at the card section. Not that I've still got 100,000 cards in my car to unload. So that's what I had for today. eBay store link is in the description, so check it out. I added over 500 new cards to the inventory yesterday. When you buy 7 at regular price, you'll receive 25% automatic at checkout. So check out my eBay store. Like this video, subscribe to the channel, tell your friends, and have a great weekend. We'll talk tomorrow.